As the United Kingdom stands on the precipice of significant political change, one cannot help but ask, what is the true state of the Conservative Party, and how long can the Labour Party maintain its dominance in the wake of reformist movements? The rise of Reform UK is undeniable, and with the local elections on May 1st, this insurgent force may be poised to deal a death blow to the political establishment. There's a singular question we must face head-on. Is Britain's future defined by globalism and unchecked immigration, or is it grounded in nationalism, sovereignty, and the values that once made this country great? The stakes for May 1st could not be higher. Reform UK, the party once dismissed as a sideshow, has proven that it has the momentum to become a true force in British politics. Nigel Farage, the architect of this political movement, is already casting a shadow over the establishment. His vision has been consistent. The political elites, those who have eroded Britain's identity and undermined its sovereignty, must be challenged. Reform UK is not merely a protest party. It is a direct challenge to the failed policies of both the Conservative and Labour establishments. Critics of Reform UK claim that the party is just another fringe movement, but they are gravely mistaken. Farage's party is not an aberration. It is a reflection of a growing frustration among the British people. Look at the numbers. Reform UK has soared from a modest 14% of the vote in July to consistently polling in the mid-20s. This is not a fluke. It is a clear signal that the political establishment, entrenched in its comfortable positions of power, is out of touch with the people. Farage's message resonates because it speaks to the heart of what many in this country feel. Britain is at a crossroads, and if we do not take action now, we risk losing our national identity forever. On the eve of the local elections, the reality is undeniable. Reform UK is set to sweep through councils in traditional Conservative strongholds, with the party already on track to make substantial gains. The Tories, once the bedrock of British politics, are facing an existential crisis. The prospect of losing control of key councils is just the tip of the iceberg. The days of Conservative dominance are numbered. As Farage confidently asserts, after May 1st, they will fall off a cliff. This is not just political rhetoric. It is a forecast grounded in the shifting winds of British politics. The Conservatives have lost touch with their core voters, focusing too much on appeasing a globalist agenda and not enough on the issues that matter to the British people. It's not just the Tories that should be worried. The Labour Party, despite its apparent success, is hardly a beacon of hope. Under Keir Starmer, Labour has embraced policies that run counter to the interests of the average Briton. Their stance on immigration, their willingness to undermine national sovereignty, and their embrace of woke ideology have alienated large swathes of the electorate. The working-class voters who once formed the backbone of the Labour Party are no longer aligned with its policies. The Runcorn and Helsby by-election will be a litmus test of whether Reform UK can truly claim the support of both disillusioned Tory and Labour voters. If Farage's party can make significant inroads into Labour's heartlands, it will signal a political realignment that the traditional parties will be hard-pressed to recover from. However, it would be naive to overlook the challenges Reform UK faces. Farage's public fallout with Rupert Lowe, one of the party's 5 MPs elected last year, was a reminder that no political movement is without its internal struggles. Yet, despite these challenges, Farage's unwavering confidence is palpable. He dismisses the Lowe controversy as a minor blip, one that hasn't dented the party's momentum. Whether or not that is true remains to be seen. But what is clear is that Farage's relentless pursuit of power is unyielding. He understands the stakes of May 1st, and is playing a long game, one that could transform the political landscape of Britain. One thing is certain. The upcoming elections are more than just about local councils. They are a referendum on the state of the nation. The establishment parties, the Tories, Labour, and even the Liberal Democrats, are no longer in tune with the desires of the British people. They have been captured by globalist interests, focused more on appeasing international pressures than on addressing the pressing concerns of the British public. Reform UK is offering something different. A return to national pride, a reclaiming of British identity, and a resolute stance against the forces that seek to erode our sovereignty. In the coming weeks, the eyes of Britain will be firmly fixed on the local elections. For Farage and Reform UK, it is an opportunity to prove that their rise is not just a passing moment. The political establishment may dismiss them as a passing trend, but they underestimate the power of a movement rooted in national pride and a rejection of the status quo. May 1st is not just another day. It is a day that could determine the future of Britain. If Reform UK can seize this moment, it will not just reshape local politics, It will herald the beginning of a new political era in the United Kingdom. The establishment parties may try to ignore it, but the tide is turning. Farage and Reform UK are leading the charge for a new Britain, one that puts national interests first. On May 1st, the people will have their say. Will they continue to support a dying political order, or will they choose a new direction? The answer lies in the ballot box, but one thing is certain: Reform UK is ready to take the reins.